Did you have much contact with Chris Benoit during your time in WWE?
Um, he was another very quiet, intense individual. Very polite, but when he drank alcohol, you could see there was problems there.
Just he would become talkative in strange ways or show physical aggression? Or...
You saw a very evil person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that has to do with neurological damage. Now that I know, because I speak with neurologists, when you have lots of head traumas, and I know from personal experience, when you drink alcohol, you black out and become very violent. And I suffer from that as well now. So that's why I can't touch alcohol.
And I've heard you say this before, and we're going to be talking a lot about the Chris Benoit murder in the next year because it's a 10-year anniversary, but we're going to be interviewing some people that were close to it. But what was your theory on what happened with the killings?
Well, I like to talk about one thing that nobody talks about. There was another body found that day. Another wrestler died that day that nobody talks about. He was kin to Chris. His name was Biff Wellington.
Oh, from Stampede Wrestling.
Stampede Wrestling. That was Chris Benoit's former tag team partner. And they did tours together in Japan. He was found the same day that Chris was found dead.
Where was he found dead?
He was found dead in Alberta. Now, we all know that there was text messages between different wrestlers and Chris, right? To the office and
Right.
Chavo Guerrero. I would like to know if there's any communication between Biff Wellington and Chris. That's what I like to know. Because that's an eerie coincidence to me.
Yeah. They were so close. And what about Eddie Guerrero? He passed away probably during the time you were there, too.
Yeah, that was hard.
Were you close with him at all?
I still cry to this day if I think about it too much.
Were you ever fortunate enough to have a match with him?
Yeah. And the two smoothest guys I've ever been in the ring with were Eddie Guerrero and Tatsumi Fujinami. And yeah, that one, I don't want to talk about that one.
What made you ask for your release?
Again, the Chris Benoit thing, and then I relapsed. I had relapsed on my drug of choice at the time. Sitting at home looking at TV, and I mean, he was on every channel. Every channel, Nancy Grace, just everybody's ripping into your profession, and just here's a guy that you looked up to. It's just all of a sudden, it's, you know what I mean? And just coming out of rehab, and then this happens. And my rehab was in Atlanta.
Oh, of all places.
Of all places, yeah. You know, it's kind of creepy, you know. And I relapsed off that.
So you just had enough.
And I said, you know what? I actually listened to what they told me in there. I don't want to die. I don't want to be a statistic. You know, yeah, I love the wrestling business, but I'm not gonna die for it. Sorry. No, I have way too much to live for. I come from a very wealthy family. Sorry.
Did you think you would ever come back at that point?
Yeah. The initial plan was, you know what? And Johnny wouldn't accept it at first. He was like, I'll give you a week to think about it. Because they did not want to get, you know. And I actually showed up at TV in Corpus Christi to say goodbye to everybody. And if looks could kill the way Vince was looking at me, I'd be dead. Oh, yeah.
He was upset over
the death stare. He couldn't. He doesn't like when people leave him, but he didn't understand. Maybe he didn't want to understand. But here's the deal, dude. The last thing you needed was a dead 23-year-old on your roster. And that's exactly where I was headed. So it was best for me. It was best for them.